Hey guys, KENO DvT here with a 3v3 I played last night. I'm playing not random 3v3, I'm playing with Jeremy, my brother, and Talene, one of my best friends online, and we play regularly 2v2s, I just haven't got around to doing replay. We're versing Kira, a Terran, Mercury, a Protoss, and I'm Telmilan, I think, a Zerg. We all play Protoss, and our generic strat is Talene distracts, while Jeremy goes straight for Robo with a slight boom, and I go pure boom 2 expansions really early into air, so that I can just decimate later game. This is a fairly good strat. We are only silver, and it seems to work most of the time. I'd just like to show you guys how it unfolds. So he snuck a worker in. Sorry, my fraps is slowing down a bit. On that note, my videos might look a little different over the next few days because I'm actually interstate right now in Australia, and I'm not recording on my monitor, I'm recording on my laptop. I normally record on my monitor with my laptop plugged into it, so the dimensions it's recording are slightly different. I apologize for this lagginess. I presume it will sort itself out. It did last time. So yeah, I'm going for... Hold on, I'll just pause it. So I'm going for a big boom while Jeremy is going for a moderate boom into Robo, and Talene is doing basically a 10 pull with 2 workers over here harassing. Now I'm going to see if fraps will behave if I keep playing. One of the first things we do is we try to take all their gas. This is actually an evolution of me and Talene's. This is actually an evolution of me and Talene's 2v2 strat, except it seems to work a lot better in 3v3 because we can. Well, in 2v2 there's a lot less leeway to do what we want. Whereas in this, one of us can full on boom, the other one can slightly boom, and one person can just full on distract. Whereas you can't do that in 2v2 because you have to kind of boom, distract, and do everything at the same time. It's more similar to 1v1 than a 3v3 is more team based. So I'm laying down my first expansion at 15 workers. Talene is just building up workers. I don't think he has a pylon yet. He does somewhere. I'm not sure where. Our opponents are doing 2 gateways, spawning pool just going down, so nothing particularly irregular. We do have half of their gas. They were intelligent enough to take their gas. One of the people, well, the teams we played last night, in a batch of 4 games, I might do another one later, we actually secured all 6 gas and they never took them back. I don't know why, but I think they just expanded and kind of ignored them. So I've now laid down my second expansion. If we look at production, I am yellow, 2 Nexus. Jeremy is my brother, who is also DevTug, who said hello on one of my previous videos. So we're all pretty standard, except for me. I'm double booming. Jeremy's laying down an early-ish expansion. If this was a normal game, a 4-minute expansion. The other thing we always try and do is Talene just stops expansions by putting 1 pylon where they would expand, so that we always know if they're going to expand. So they're taking out the gas now. Yeah. Okay, they've already taken out the gas and they're taking them out. Typically, if I saw a Protoss go double expansion, I would assume air. If I even saw a Protoss go expansion, I would assume air, to be honest. Because teching for Protoss is so gas heavy, you need multiple expansions to pull it off, because you get 200 gas per minute per expansion if you're fully mining gas, and you need, I think I started running 5 Stargate, which you can't actually do off 3 base. When I thought about it later, you can run 4 gate if you're producing void rays. You can run 6 gate if you're producing cannons. Sorry, 6 gate if you're producing carriers, and you can run I think you can run 5 gate if you're doing 5 Stargates if you're producing Phoenixes, if that's the only limiting factor being gas. Now if we look at the income tabs, I'm soaring above everyone else courtesy of my 3 bases. I just put down my gateway now, so the idea is that Talene does keep them busy, which keeps them off me, which allows me to hard tech. And to be honest, if you can ever be in a situation where you're on 3 base and everyone else is on 1 or 2, and you can just start throwing away Protoss armies, that's kind of like fearing. You should never ever let that happen. I'm just going to check how much they actually know. Hold on. 1. Okay, so they don't even know that I have a gateway. They don't know what's gone down. They haven't really scouted much. Whereas for us, due to the fact of what Talene's done, we get very good scouting information, and they generally waste quite a lot of their army trying to take out his cannons. Which is something really weird, because we have noticed whenever people see cannons, rather than go around them and do the logical thing, they decide to just, I'm going to waltz on through them. Now, true that he is blocking off 3 of their natural expansions, one of which he has just taken. It's a little odd, I guess you could say. It doesn't seem logical to me to go to the cannon when it would be fairly obvious that our front door would be relatively unprotected, but it is something we rely upon, so I'm hoping it doesn't change. Another thing I've been really noticing lately is nobody prepares for Reaper rushes anymore. We're just telling each other that we need to check the island expansions, because if you've got someone on lockdown, like we kind of do, the first thing that anyone should do is get out of the lockdown, try and get an expansion somewhere, and the obvious place would be the islands. And he does have Robotech, so the Protoss could do it. He does have Leotech, so the Zerg could do it, and Terran can always do it because they can just lift off and land. One of the things that I've never been seeing lately is any Reaper rushes, and I suspect that if someone did Reaper rush like successfully, they would win 90% of the games, because no one's doing it anymore. And without the speed upgrade, Reapers are slightly less useful, but they can still kick ass. Like, 4 Reapers in the back of my base, if I'm not prepared for it, which I'm not anymore, is gonna kill me. Now they're doing, I'll get back to the game. Now they're doing some siege tank play. The only problem with this is they have to actually gain sight, and the only easy way they can do that is with an Overlord, which is really what they should have done. They should have used an Overlord to gain sight. The Zerg has just tech to mute us, which is a good idea. This is where I come in and say, where am I going? Here they are. Phoenixes! Go kick their ass. Here come the first 2, then 3. I just pretty much rallied them there. So I did lose a few more than I had to, but I was just trying to stop the expansion going now. Because that is Talene's only expansion. Another crucial thing I've been doing lately is making sure I get all upgrades fast. In me and Jeremy's 2v2s, I've been getting level 1 weapons by the 3rd minute, and any engagement we always have the advantage because of the nature of upgrades, and zealots with +1 weapons are just so much better than zealots with no weapons because they're dealing 2 extra damage per hit and they deal more and more. Now I just gave Taline control of my phoenixes because in our 2s he just absolutely loves his phoenixes. They are kind of his thing. So I've just given them to him, and when he's using phoenixes, his APM just goes out the wazoo, to be honest. He's really good at microing phoenixes. It's just a really good skill he has. So I'm pumping upgrades, I'm pumping air units. Jeremy or DevTug is pumping robos, so Colossi or Immortals, and Taline will go gateways eventually, but his job was to pester, and he's doing that. Unfortunately, as a byproduct of me giving him control of my phoenixes, he is neglecting to spend his resources. And I'm massing up minerals, which I should have probably dumped in zealots, but I did dump in something else, so you can see that later. So we're pushing them. They're just doing the intelligent thing. They've got some good defense. He's gone mass marine, which will just get melted by these 2 colossi with no upgrades. I picked